from your Ladies Seminole Basketball presented by SETV. Southeast on top as we enter the fourth quarter of action here by a score of 44-21. Again, that man-to-man pressure way out front by the timeline still being employed by John Harder's Lady Knowles, with Bevan Mays and Janelle Gould doing the damage and the destruction here. A long errant shot there by Murphy, who's been a better player underneath, and the Southeast Seminoles get the ball. Greg, there's got to come a time now when the Gibbs Gladiators, after being on the bad side of 3 of these scores this year, got to be asking themselves, it might not be tonight.
Yeah, you're looking at a little dejection on your seniors' faces as they are trying to keep pace and figure out how they're going to fight this defense. I look at Bria Bostic, and I really think that right now she's just frustrated, Coach.
D'Angelo Mathis gets a pass inside from Bevan Mays and goes up with a shot, and it's no good, and that's the personal foul called there as Mathis goes up for the shot. I believe that is a foul again on Streeter. That is her 4th personal, and D'Angelo will be going to the free throw line like so many Seminoles will the rest of this game.
And when you think about what's happening, Rashana Streeter has number 24. She's got 4 fouls. With 7 minutes left in this game, what's Coach Eddie going to do? Is he going to ride her? Is it that important to give her an opportunity to play now, or are you going to try and save her for that last run?
Mathis makes 1 of 2 on the night for her. She's the second leading scorer for the Seminoles, boosting Southeast lead to 24 points. We've just gotten a report that the score down at between Cape Coral and Lemon Bay is Cape Coral on top 44-30 as they enter the fourth quarter. The winner of tonight's game would meet the winner of that contest at a place to be determined. An errant shot there by the Lady Gladiators finds Brianna Reed, giving the ball over to Janelle Gould, who drives down the lane, kicks it off on the left-hand side to Robinson, back out on the left-hand side to Brianna Reed, who loses the ball as she drove in, and Bostic coming across the timeline here, drives all the way in for the basket. And a great defensive play there by Bevan Mays.
Love to see that replay if we have it. Great opportunity to watch this size up, extension, and block by Bevan Mays. She has really, really blossomed defensively in this game.
I'd bet 99% of the people, boys or girls, would have had a foul called on themselves on that defensive play, but Bevan measured herself, as you said, and knocked it away. Unfortunately, Murphy made a basket there for the Gibbs Gladiators. Mathis gets the ball, puts up a jumper, no good. Rebound comes down to Gould. Southeast on top, 45-23 with 6 minutes to go in the game.
Coach Jackson doing something that you don't necessarily see from one of his teams when they're playing against Southeast. He's extending and playing a little bit of a, I want to say a little bit of a man press. Got a foul on Brianna Reed.
That is I believe the second personal on Reed. Third personal on Reed. As she checks out of the lineup, we have senior Daisha Kelly checking back in for Southeast as Knowles carry a 22-point lead at the present time. Murphy at the free throw line is the leading scorer for the Gladiators. Her attempt at the 1-and-1 is no good, and the ball is knocked out of bounds there by number 10, McCall, a sophomore.
Now, Coach, I gotta ask you. I've been watching it all game. If you've got to pick a pair of socks to play in, are you gonna pick the lime green, or are you going with SpongeBob like Bevan?
If I'm playing, I wouldn't have wore either of it. But then I'm older.
I'll tell you what. If I can get blocks and play defense like Bevan, I may have to go with the SpongeBob myself.
If that is the key ingredient to the success, then that's good. We got a foul called here on Bevan as she jumps up to try and knock the ball away as we couldn't get it across half court. As Greg mentioned earlier, this will be a long contest the rest of the night here as we have a 1-and-1 and there'll be double bonus. It's now double bonus for both teams. We'll be shooting 2 free throws every time the whistle blows tonight for a foul. Southeast on top by 22 at the line. McCall shooting the second of her 2 free throws.
I just watched that replay, and I think that was a little bit of anticipation from the referees. Bevan, good extension, great vertical. Really think she was able to get a clean block there. They saw it differently, and they're the ones with the whistle, so that's what counts. Great pass.
Peter Robinson inside
Great
is fouled
pass.
there by Bostic. Good job breaking the press. Coach Fast Eddie Jackson's trying to make the Southeast Seminoles play a little faster by employing a full court press there for the Noles. Instead of bringing it back out, the Seminoles kept attacking. Coach Harder's over there talking to Janelle Gold, probably about bringing it back and setting it up, because we don't need to have clock stoppage. We need to have clock runnage.
Absolutely. You want to be patient and deliberate in your offense at this point. Maybe go back to that walk-it-up pace that we had earlier. They got a break. The Gladiators got a break in that last one as Peter Robinson knocks down another foul shot. That foul was called on Bria Bostic. If it was called on Streeter, that would have been number 5, and she would have been gone for the rest of this game.
Bostic takes the ball all the way under for a shot. No good. Rebound comes down to Gold. The Seminoles are running. Over on the left-hand side to Daisha Kelly. Daisha brings it over to Robinson. Gets it over to Gold. Back over to Daisha up with that left-handed jumper from the sideline. No good. Rebound comes down to Mays. Mays goes up with a shot. No good.
For a guard, you got to like what Bevan does. She plays inside. She plays outside. She's drawing that toughest defensive assignment every game. I like to see the motor that she has. I mean, it's very, very much a controlled chaos.
Her first free throw is good, giving her a total of 6 points on the night, but you can't measure all the points that Southeast has gotten off of turnovers created by the pressure defense that she's employed against one of the leading scorers in the state, Bria Bostic.
Intangibles, Coach. Intangibles is what we call it.
26-point lead for Southeast with 5 minutes to go in the game. Gibbs Gladiators running and getting it down to Streeter. Over on the left-hand side to Murphy. Down on the baseline, Murphy up with a shot. No good. Rebound to D'Angela. D'Angela gets it over to Daisha. Daisha's got 1-on-4. She probably should bring this ball outside, as I said. Mathis has it, puts up a jumper. No good. And we got Lady Seminoles falling all over the floor. Murphy on the left-hand side. Layup is good.
She's something on that left-hand side, and we haven't figured her out yet. She wasn't a factor in the last game, but right now she's definitely getting everything she wants. Southeast rushing it. You can hear some of the people in the audience asking them to hold it. Well, they know like we know, Coach, the more time that goes off this clock, the better it will fare for our team, the Southeast Lady Seminoles.
Southeast coach John Harder is going to call a timeout and talk to the Lady Noles at this present time. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate all of the assistance that Southeast gets provided by the numerous business partners that we have, like the accounting service of Gentile and Cablish, like the Sign Zoo keepers at Sign Zoo who create banners for Southeast High School, Pilote Pharmacy, a longtime supporter of Southeast Seminole activities, Minnesota Plumbing and Hardware, Richard Chamness, a graduate of Southeast High School in the early days of our school, the Bright House Sports Network, Key Glass. All of these people are great sponsors of Southeast High School athletics and great business partners of the Southeast Seminole family. We appreciate their assistance all year long. Southeast on top, 49-25 with 4:10 remaining in the fourth quarter.
One more point and we'll double up, Gibbs. Definitely the type of pace that you want for Southeast, but I'm convinced we've got to start walking the ball up, Coach.
With 4:10 left in the first quarter, I wouldn't have thought we were going to be here the way we were playing, but things have changed. Southeast is in a decent position. Coach Eddie Jackson of the Gibbs Gladiators trying to put the Southeast Seminoles into a hurry-up situation. Senior D'Angela Mathis driving in the lane, looks and turns around, takes a shot, no good. Peter Robinson goes up with a shot, challenging the 6'3" sophomore big girl for Coach Eddie Jackson, and that is Royana Streeter, who fouls out now with 5 personal fouls with 3:54 to go in the game.
That's not the last that we're going to see from her. It'll be the last tonight, but this young lady is going to be a force to reckon with as soon as she gets more game time experience.
For those of you that are just joining us, she was not eligible to participate in the early part of the season, became academically eligible, and has come on and probably now playing in only her 6th game of the season. At the line, playing in her 29th game of the season, is Kishana Robinson, who makes one of the free throws and doubles up the Southeast Seminole lead at a score of 50-25.
Bevan has not stopped playing defense on Bostic. She is full court press, one man against another, senior on senior, and she's definitely winning that battle.
As we said a couple minutes ago, she may only have 5 or 6 points on the night on offense, but it's just immeasurable how many times she has done well for the Southeast Seminoles on defense to create a pressure situation.
Looks like we got a score of 51-36. Halfway through the 4th quarter, and the winner of the game down in Cape Coral is going to be the challenger for, I think it's safe to say, the Southeast Lady Seminoles.
And by all accounts, if the score remains the way it is with a little less than half of the 4th quarter to go, the Lady Seminoles would be traveling down to Cape Coral for the regional championship game. The drive there by Murphy, I bet it's on the left-hand side. Watch this great play by Murphy. Janelle Gold tries to pick up a charge, but it's a great play by Murphy as Murphy makes the field goal.
Janelle was there in time. She just started to fall a little bit before instead of taking that contact. Looking at the score of 50-27, number 14, that is number 14, Shelbria Murphy, picking up the scoring load and getting that traditional 3-point play. Coach Jackson calls a timeout.
That gives Murphy 15 points in this evening's contest. She is the leading scorer by a long shot for the Lady Gladiators. We encourage everyone who is watching tonight to like us on Facebook and check out the SCTV Facebook at facebook.com/SEHS television. We also encourage you to send it on to your family and friends. You'll get updates of all the SETV broadcasts for the Seminole Nation. Not only will SETV be broadcasting live sporting events in the future, but also music department concerts, special award ceremonies. So like us on Facebook so you can keep abreast of what's happening in and around Southeast High School. That's facebook.com/SEHS television. We'd like to thank Play On Sports for being a part of this broadcast this evening. Southeast on top by a score, Lady Seminoles on top by a score of 50-28 with 3 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. The winner of tonight's game advancing to the regional championship, looking like it's to be played at Cape Coral High School.
Now here's the good thing about this game, and I read Coach Harder saying that a regional game you should really be challenged, and playing a team for the 4th time in the season, you really don't look for it to be challenging in the fact of the difficulty since you beat them 3 times, but you look at it challenging and mentally being able to play them again. It was right for an upset, and Southeast really matched that challenge.
Coach Eddie Jackson's Lady Gladiators still employing a full court pressure as they try to get some turnovers from Southeast. Now the Seminoles are eyeing up, setting up some offense with Brianna Reed dribbling by and passing it over to Bevan Mays out on the right-hand side. Brianna Reed bringing it back outside as the Seminoles are going to work a little clock here. And as soon as I do that, Mays throws up a jumper from underneath, draws nothing but air. A long 3-point jumper is up and no good, taken there by
Jessica Takdari. And Bria Bostic gets herself in the books again with the runner in the lane.
Bevan Mays gets it over to D'Angelo Mathis, who's going to take it into the hole.
2-on-1 fast break.
And the basket is good by Kiki Robinson. She will go to the free throw line for the traditional three-point play.
Now that was a late pass, and you really want to see a 2-on-1 fast break executed a little smoother, especially when you've got two seniors that have played together for 4 years. But the outcome, it works in the Lady Seminoles' favor.
That gives Miss Robinson about 14 points on the evening. She's averaging 14.9, so she's right at her normal production here this evening, just like Bevan Mays is at her normal production, playing great defense on one of the great scorers in the state of Florida this year. Robinson pulls down the rebound off of the Bostic miss and gets it over to Mays, who's going to bring it up court again. Janelle Gold gets it over to Brianna Reed. Reed's going to dribble down on the right-hand side, take it underneath, and go up with a shot, and puts in the layup. Is good.
That's a great play by a sophomore point guard. She's going all the way in for a layup, not settling for a jump shot, even though she does have 2 successful three-pointers tonight.
Tektari misses the shot, and Robinson pulls down the rebound, gets it over to Brianna Reed, who's going to dribble out on front here as a Southeast Seminole. Lady Seminoles are dribbling out the game here with 1:24 to go in the game. Southeast on top by 25. It wouldn't have looked that way early in the game when we were struggling, Greg, and we were down by a score at one time of something like 8-7, I think.
Absolutely, Coach. One of the things that I want all our viewers to realize is we're giving a lot of props to number 5, Bria Bostic, and you may say, well, why is that? Because she isn't the leading scorer of the team tonight. You know what? She ran into a defensive player that really matched her energy and made it hard every opportunity.
Brianna Reed up and makes the free throw. Brianna started out the game by hitting 2 3-pointers, and she's added 1 field goal since then, and now she's 4 out of 7 from the free throw line. Big game for a sophomore to be playing in a regional semifinal and doing what she's doing.
Shows that the future is bright for the Southeast Lady Seminoles. Not going to be too much of a letdown when he graduates 4 of these seniors from his starting lineup.
Coach Harder checks 2 freshmen into the lineup, Marlene Velsine and Shantavia Green, who immediately gets herself into the book by picking up a rebound, but she lost it out of bounds. So with 1 minute and 15 seconds left, Southeast on top by a score of 56-30, advancing them to the Region Class 5A Region 3 Championship to be played Saturday evening, more than likely in Cape Coral.
So we've got another Velsine in the game, and that's just a foul that you don't want to see. That's a junior that made that foul. That was Merlene Velsine.
And Merlene had just checked into the lineup, and Bostic moves into the lane and gets a foul on a young gal that's coming into the game late here for the Seminoles. And 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock. Southeast on top 56-30, and will be advancing to the regional championship, and the winner there goes to the Final Four in Lakeland on February 21st.
That was the mission for Coach Harder and his senior group. Great block by number 12, Jasmine Williams.
Oh, that's Williams?
She flew in out of nowhere. If we can get a replay of Jasmine Williams showcasing the junior coming into the game and playing defense.
Foul out front here, or in the backcourt on Shantavia Green there.
If you look at this replay, it looks like we're going to have an opportunity to get ready for it.
At the free throw line is Bostic, shooting 2 shots as we've been in the double bonus for about the entire 4th quarter. Puts up her 2nd shot pretty quick there.
I'll tell you.
I think she's discouraged.
She is, but the future is bright for the young lady. She's a great scorer. She just ran into a team that was very determined to make sure they weren't beat by her.
Daisha Kelly on the left-hand side gets it over on top now to Jasmine Williams. 30 seconds remaining on the clock. Jasmine Williams passes the ball over to Shantavia Green, who tries to throw a pass cross court, and it's intercepted there by number 14, Murphy. So we'll walk to the other end and again shoot two as Southeast is on top by a score of 56-32. Lady Seminole.
If we look at our production today, not the most offensively gifted player, doesn't give you a lot of points as far as set plays, but what she does is she makes turnovers, she plays defense, she rebounds, she goes to the foul line. I got to give our MVP tonight to Bevan Mays, Coach. Would you agree?
Oh, there's no doubt. She, when you're having to guard one of the leading scorers in the state, and she's able to do what she did against her, you know, it's fortunate for Gibbs that they had another scorer tonight because number 14, Murphy, has had a great game for the Lady Gladiators from Gibbs, and without her, they would have been really a tough night for them.
Murphy's got to get close to 20 points right now. As we've got icing on the cake happening. 10 seconds left before the regional championship happens with the Southeast Seminoles punching their ticket.
And we'll be waiting to confirm that the Lady Knowles will be on the road probably to Cape Coral on Saturday evening. That's February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day. Lady Knowles will be going with an opportunity to go to the Final Four. Daisha Kelly throws up a shot, no good, and the Southeast Seminoles, Lady Seminoles, record a victory tonight in the regional semifinal of the Region 3 Class 5A basketball, ladies basketball tournament by a score of 58-34. It started out as an awfully slow contest.